Hey all, hope you're all doing well. This is a quick video to walk through the Chapter 15 Wiley Plus assignment, so on shareholders' equity. So we have the information on the shareholders' equity of a company as at December 31, 19. We have some 2020 transactions and some other information, and then it wants journal entries for each of the transactions. So for the most part, this should be pretty straightforward walkthrough of things we did in class or things you can refer to back in the book. Yeah, there is a share buyback, so that's why this contributed surplus note is relevant. The only thing I want to highlight here, 4.4, we declare a stock dividend, and in 5, we issue or basically pay the stock dividend. Any stock dividends we do in class, I assume they happen on the same day so that you can just debit retained earnings and credit common shares, right? You're paying a dividend, so it comes out of retained earnings. You're issuing common shares, so you credit common shares. In an example where those two don't happen on the same day, if it was a cash dividend, you'd record dividends payable. And the reason I don't do separate days on common stock dividends, is because it's this great big long title here. Common stock dividends distributable. So what you're going to want to do is credit that account for transaction 4 and then debit it on transaction 5. So it's an in and an out, and then deal with the retained earnings and the common shares. Statement of shareholders' equity. This is really good practice for the kind of question you'll see on the exam. And it shouldn't be bad. You've got all the columns set up. You've got the titles here. And essentially you just have to reflect either the information you're given or the entries you did. So the balance Jan 1 is just the information you got right at the start. Everything else will be from the notes or the entries you've done. Net income and other comprehensive income can screw students up. I will go through a longer example in class of how to work that. But again, this is a definite skill you should be able to do, and this is good practice. The shareholders' equity section, not so much that I would get you to create this. And this one in the past has caused students some grief just because of the setup. So the title is share capital. You're going to have preferred shares and common shares to get a total share capital. This is going to be your contributed surplus, and that's going to get you a total paid-in capital. So this is a good concept to understand, right? Share capital plus contributed surplus is money people have given to the company. And so therefore it's paid-in capital. And then we're going to have retained earnings and AOCI to get to total shareholders' equity. The amounts you're going to drop in here are just going to be off of the statement of shareholders' equity you did above. Right? The bottom numbers in each column is going to come down to here to get to your total equity. So I think this one, particularly this second part, is going to take you a little bit of time, but it is good practice. It is a skill you need, and if you have any further grief with it, you know where to find me. Thanks all.